Okay, so today we're going to talk about the CMMG rifle and how to clean it, how to look after it. So first of all, let's do a check here. Chamber is empty. Safety catch is working. Not going to use that today though. So firstly you need to remove the pin. This is a Tapco safety flag. Get that rear pin out. Okay. And then remove the front pin the same way. Separate your lower from your upper. You can see there's quite a bit of gunk in there. Oh, sorry, camera. I haven't cleaned this in a couple of hundred rounds. And you can see how the ready mag adapter sits inside there. Mine sits quite loose because it's been sanded that way, so it works properly. We can clean the lower out almost any way. It's pretty easy. Mostly, take yourself a brush, which we have a few of. Brush off all this sort of carbon built up debris here, especially around the bolt release if you want to keep that mag adapter working. As you can see there, you can see that clearly, yeah? You want to keep that gunk off there. One thing we don't want to do is we don't want to clean inside here with any kind of solvent, because we don't want to remove any lubrication from this trigger mechanism. And you don't fire your trigger mechanism to your receiver either. So when you release the trigger on the mechanism, always make sure you keep your thumb or something there. Just like that, yeah. As you might have noticed, this also has a CNC triggering, which is slightly different from any mil-spec trigger, as it's a one-piece drop-in. Yes. Okay. So, let's get to the main crux of the matter. And that is the upper. This is where a lot of people have some sort of problem. Once you remove your bolt, I don't even bother pulling the charging out. Wow. That can stay in there. There's a little bit of gunk in there. Some cleaning needs to be done. The barrel itself doesn't actually look that dirty. So we're going to separate our bolt. Just pull off the feed ramp section. Go that way. And you can see there's all the build up from how that's now, I don't know, maybe 500 or 600 rounds. There's the bolt there. The return spring. Return spring usually doesn't even get that dirty. All I normally do with the return spring is give it a little wipe down. I'll keep this in camera here. And the rod, still nice and smooth. If you ever had a Rogue 1022, when these start to wear out, the rods themselves actually start to wear, and then that's when you pull them, should replace it. But this one, a couple of thousand rounds in, it's still good. And then place it back. The rod back on the spring, put the spring to the side here, because the main cleaning really is here on the action plate. You can see that's just residue from my lubricant, like firing. And it just wipes off. This is stainless steel. And there's no real issue there. Where we really have to look at is inside our actual bolt. Now if I could just bring you in here a little bit to look at this. Okay. So you'll see here, because it's CMMG, they have a pin here. And this pin holds in your firing pin. It's just a split pin. And you'll notice I'm not using any special tools here. There's very little tools really involved. I take that pin out and I drop it into this. This is a magnetic parts tray. Get it from most online tool retailers. result. You can see that. There is the spring. And as you can see, the spring is full of lubricant and carbon. So, well, now we've got that out, we will take our solvent. Can you see that? Yes, solvent. And we'll give just the firing pin and the spring a little spray with solvent. We might use it. We'll also use the solvent in here, and then we'll probably clean that out. Use the solvent in here, come back out again. I know, it's the most exciting video I've ever done. The main thing to keep clean is this, really. Solvent on the front here. Plastic brush. Clean all that off. You're going to make sure you pull back your extractor and clean behind it too. You can just see there. The crud resides behind there. So if you push that in there, get it clean. Really want to keep that bolt face nice and clean. You want to keep your firing pin clean. You want to keep that firing pin spring clean. I wouldn't go so far as to put solvent inside the bolt, because we still want a slight lubricated residue in there to make sure the spring doesn't get jammed up or have problems moving. So those are the main problems that you'll find. And now that that firing pin has been sprayed, it should just wipe off whatever the sediment in there. It's not exactly that dirty. If you shoot with a suppressor on or the moderator on, you're going to find that a lot more dirt gets in there. Keep it clean. Then your only problem is, of course, with your potential, your hammer spring breaking your firing pins. If your hammer spring is quite strong, it can break your firing pins. I've used CMC in 2 rifles now, and I haven't had a problem. Okay, I'll reassemble, and we'll talk later. Now for the feed ramp. Which I've just put in upside down. Okay. That's not oiled. There's no lubrication on those rails whatsoever. So I'm going to take some trusty frog lube and apply some to the back of the rails. Just a little bit here. Oh, and I know somebody's going to say, oh, but you've got to run it through a hairdryer and get it all hot. Well, I don't own a hairdryer. Look, I don't have a hairdryer. I don't buy shampoo. Never mind a hairdryer. So that feels pretty good. It's lubricating and it's passing it around. I don't bother with much oil here because that's a little bit oily anyway. If it's new, I would say give it a drop. If it's new, give it a single drop. And of course, with anything else, I take it and I wipe off the excess, so I don't need it that oily. So whatever's at the back here can come off. Whatever's on the front can stay. And you can see with a couple of passes it actually moves it around. Okay. That's basically for that. But what I did want to address is another thing. People talk about cleaning 2.2s and cleaning 2.2 barrels. Now, what I do is actually use this here. You see that? That's a plastic 22 bore brusher for your 223 rifle or whatever. It's got the threading on the back for your cleaning rod. That little brush probably cost me about 2-3 quid 10 years ago. So take that little brush and insert it into the chamber and move it around and backwards and forwards. Yeah, a couple of times over, nothing hectic. And that's all I'm going to do to clean it. I'm not going to run a rod through it. I'm not going to put a brush through it. I'm not going to put any oil on it. This is stainless steel barrel, by the way. That's all I'm going to do. Pull this through it, and I'm going to make one pass only with this bore stink-like cleaning apparatus. If I look up there, myself untangled. If I do the same inspection by looking down the barrel, I'll see no debris, and it looks a lot brighter. And that's all I'll do to clean a barrel on a 22. I don't put anything else down it. I concentrate on cleaning the chamber at this end, and that's about it. And then the reason I'm pulling it through is to get the debris out, nothing else. Okay. And anybody asks, this is a Lantac Spada S-Rail from Lantac, yeah? Okay, and this is still a CMMG. Nothing special about this. Okay, alright, I'm going to reassemble now. So I've got my bolt, freshly cleaned. And it drops straight in. There's no need to mess with the charging handle like on a 223. Okay, and that's that together. Check my lower. Pop the pin together, push it down, pop the other pin in. Okay, so pins are back in. Seems pretty smooth to me. And then we're just going to function check on that boonie packer quick. So, 10 round M&P mag, inserted, charge the bolt, holds back, drop mag, still holding. Okay, thank you. Let's do something else next time.